there's like a children's story about a girl who saves a fox, and she takes his leg from a snare, and then every day he brings her berries as a gift. And as she grows older, the fox eventually dies, but every now and again she'd still find the berries, and she would always eat them. And one day she had a child, and she dreamed of the fox every night that she was pregnant. And when she had the child, the first thing to emerge was its black nose. And when she hugged it to her breast, its curly, furry tail wrapped around her arm. And it was a fox person. That's.
Do you have a picture of this fox person?
Lovecraft Country style.
It's an old children's story, but I could probably find a book that has an illustration.
You have a fox person?
Of a fox person?
Lovecraft Country.
Do you know any fox people? Just ask.
I don't know any myself.
It is a lovely story, but medically,
there's
medically suspect. I believe this young girl may have been dishonest about this relationship with the fox.
I just listen. I could maybe believe a girl loving a cute and cuddly fox. Oh, but who the hell was like, oh, that mantis? Oh, I love the mantis so much. Mantis. That didn't make that thing.
Yeah, that's only one of the stories about where these things have their origin. There's another story about a family that was cursed, and all of their children resembles beasts from strange environments. They had a daughter that was a shark and had to live in the lake, and a son that had giant moth wings and would get lost chasing the moon every night. There's all kinds of stories about the origins, but the only way to know for sure is to find some of the older texts.
We are uncovering an underground of secret animal coupling. I think that is the only medical explanation.
I just want this to be clear. What you're telling me is there's a whole bunch of people I could find that look like they're animal people.
Can you turn into a picture of something, or do you have to see it in the real world?
I have to meet them.
Yes, to actually see it. But you've met a warthog person, a talking octopus, Claw Brides, the crab,
we are kind of in a
Spidey
BoJack,
Jake the starfish.
A BoJack universe.
You've met a bunch of animal people in your travels.
They need to be humanoid. It's the thing.
Well,
the warthog person I forgot about.
No, the warthog person is totally humanoid.
I just feel like BoJack. None of us just seem to acknowledge it's like that's two kids wearing a trench coat. They've got a brim for a head. Like just no one can break through that.
Can no one see this but me? Really?
You're dating him?
This all started centuries ago. We've grown up accustomed to it, but supposedly these types of creatures don't exist anywhere else in Og. It's just here in the city.
Would there be a reason why someone would want to make more of them?
Like I said, the goal was always to create one being that encapsulated every creature.
So it would be like a worship.
What was the point of that?
I don't have the text myself, but they were always trying to figure out what the collaboration of all really meant. Because whoever created these things had the same power that created the city. And it's never been explained or equaled since.
Todd, you got that book of that weird alchemy shit?
I do have the book of the potion we found. Can I show it to Dragon Lady?
Lady take a look.
Yeah. This is some Brand the Builder magic.
What do you think of this thing?
Yeah, give it a read. This thing.
I'm not particularly trained at potion making. Oudvelin might know better. But I could certainly take it and see what I can find.
It must stay secret and safe. No one can know about this book. Does Oudvelin have a waggy tongue?
I mean, you've met him. He mostly wags his tongue to himself.
All right. Well, as long as he can keep a secret.
But I'll lock it in the vault anyway.
Yes, please treat it
We
like...
don't usually leave him home alone after what happened last time.
That's probably wise.
Yeah, don't summon demons. I don't like that.
Speaking of wisdom and summoning property-destroying things in your own home, Snaily Snail is only going to stay this way for an hour. And
Do we have a cage?
we need to do something. We do. Well, I don't see one on the map.
I don't believe you own a cage.
Is the
In
mayor
the
still
cage,
in the
in
restaurant?
the rat cave.
Which seems like a weird oversight. Well,
Yeah,
no,
it
there's
should happen.
technically cages upstairs, but they're like bird coops for like the creatures.
I
on
mean,
the,
I thought the rat
Yeah, that's the
cave was-
nature deck. That's the Four
Nature
Seasons.
Reserve definitely has some cages, but they're pretty small.
Well, I mean, we talked about building the fridge. That fridge could also probably be a cage.
The fridge
We did
could
talk
also
about
be a
that.
cage.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Lenny sculpted it out of earth.
Worked great in The Shining.
It did sculpt it out of
It's
stone.
worked in many movies.
Mhm.
I know. It's worked in many movies.
That's true. You can totally stick him in that stone fridge. He will be
Let's say
cold.
we do that. Is the mayor actually here?
The mayor is here, and he's sitting with an orc in a very fancy garb.
Mr. Greeny.
Maybe I have a picture.
Adam Driver's in our campaign now.
He's totally Adam Driver.
Nope, that's a deck.
There he is.
He is
That's
kind of
totally Adam Driver.
He's
Totally
like an
Adam
Adam
Driver.
Driver / Ethan Hawke amalgamation. Like Ethan Hawke was bringing Adam Driver.
Cool. I was
berries.
going for like Princess Bride.
Yeah, a little bit.
Orc.
He's a charming looking orc.
And he is sitting with the mayor when you arrive.
Does he look angry or does he look friendly?
No, they look in good company.
All right. So we'll.
This is the mayor having an escort to wait for you guys since he was attacked at the bathhouse.
That seems like a wise idea.
Mr. Mayor, Mr. Bump and his associates are up in the special talking room. Perhaps you should join them there.
The special talking room.
Yes.
I wanted to be clear.
Robert Radford would definitely be our liaison of information.
I wanted to be
Summoning
clear.
the
Robert
mayor.
Radford is the size of a rat.
Yeah, he's tiny. He's not like a person walking around the restaurant.
No, he's like a third of a square.
Like, I'm gonna say Fintham will spend this adventure putting in rails that go around the edge of the restaurant so that he can visit all the tables.
Oh,
Well, I could see
Ratatouille
I could see
style.
him
And
everywhere.
Fintham will hate this because he does not like the idea of a rat running a restaurant at all. But if you're gonna do it, we're gonna do it
Yes,
right.
he can't
I think
deny someone
Ratatouille
else.
has like extensive kitchen rat-friendly architecture laid out. Like
Definitely.
we have the technology.
But I do think he's everywhere. In other words, you know, you just mentioned his name, he kind of pops up. Hello?
No, he is not a combat character. He's just at the restaurant always.
I think as a worker at the restaurant, he's a super efficient person. That
Oh, totally, yeah.
He says, "Oh, what do I need? I need some pepper." Robert Radford is there with the pepper before you even know it. I think that's the name of the game. Then.
He's very good at his job. We all agree
I
there.
think he's making people happy. That's what it is.
Very well fed.
He's secretly starving, but we won't talk about that.
Yeah, it could be like
I'm actually very well fed. Clear out some rumors.
Four Seasons.
Any press conference held at the Four Seasons is fraudulent, I hate to say. It's suspect. Highly suspect.
It is suspect.
It is I'm from Four Seasons.
I still can't believe that actually happened.
How
So
crazy is that? So
insane.
crazy.
In a world of insanity, how
Hey, did you-
they get that
Did you hear it's like somebody answered the call and like.
Yeah, we were talking about that last night. Like somebody there was like, yeah, sure.
Yeah, totally. It's like some high school kid. It's like, I think
Yeah, we don't have anyone else booked that night.
Yeah.
It's like we would let any presidential campaign come here and do a press conference.
Why would
That was their statement. It was open to whoever wanted to use it.
Hey, but there's a restaurant in South Boston called Capo. So people walk into our restaurant sometimes and they're like, I'm here for the party in the basement, and we're like, you're absolutely not here for the party in the basement. But it's the same kind of shit. Like, oh, geez, do a little bit of work.
So we have a monster in our freezer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will take the cat lady's body out of the bag of holding and show it to the mayor, and also the clothes with the monograms on them.
So you found a pin that is the House Maylor sigil.
Yeah.
That's so insane.
And you found embroidered on one piece of clothing another sigil.
Oh, I don't remember that one.
And
Twitter.
I don't think
That was
you
Twitter.
saw it. I don't think you saw it until now. That is House Barbary. The mayor informs you.
Well,
These were discarded.
Oh, we also got this cat.
yeah.
Let's get to the cat later.
This cat seems very important for some reason.
Maybe.
I like cats. Okay. Is the cat part of the plot?
The cat was in the same room as the horrible creation with extra arms, so we were thinking perhaps it was also
the cat was in the party.
Was in that room. The cat was upstairs, just
being a
study.
cat.
just hanging.
Well, now our restaurant has a cat and a rat.
I
so
guess
we'll
now
see
you
what
have
happens.
a cat and a rat and a seagull.
Well.
And an illusion.
And an illusion. That is bar trivia.
This summer, these 4 misfits are gonna be running a restaurant.
We're just collecting misfits. So can I ask the mayor, does he know if the Barbary family was missing anyone?
If they were, they haven't made it well known, and that's strange. They're a powerful house. They wouldn't accept one of their own just going missing.
All right, and I'll tell him about the potion instructions that we found.
So you have some of his methods?
Yes, we found a book that talked about a kind of way of making potions, but we don't know much about potion making ourselves, so we gave it to a trusted friend who could maybe interpret it for us.
Yeah, it's crude. It's not the instructions are not explicit. Rather, it's scrawlings. So it will take time to infer what's going on there.
But we pretty much think he's making mutants, and here's some evidence.
Like 90% sure he's making it.
Yeah.
They prefer to be called Mendicites. Excuse me.
They're not here right now.
He's right. They are Mendicites, in case that means anything to you.
Mendicites.
The medical
I do not
term
know
for
what that
mutants.
means.
That's one of the old legends.
Well, we just learned that word recently, so I'm going to call them mutants, because that's the medical term.
So do you have any, information
It's the
about
medical term.
Yes. These mutants have a proud Mendicite history that they want to reclaim.
All of the information that we have about that stuff has been found and excavated over the years from some of the old great houses. Because centuries ago, the host wasn't this bustling tangle of life that it is now. All of this land used to be owned by about a dozen families. and each one of them had a very prestigious extraplanar vault where they kept books, valuables, and the sources of their house's power. And most of these tombs have been excavated and found, but there should still be 3 that we've never found in the city. And I don't know anyone that knows where they might be, but they're usually guarded by huge stone doors with lots of locks.
You don't say.
I mean, unfortunately, I think they've probably either been quietly looted or maybe buried under new construction in the city.
So, if we were to find
Well,
one of
this
these
is new
elaborate doors,
New construction. You're just gonna start digging in your own basement.
if we were to find one of these elaborate doors, do you think you know someone who'd be able to open it?
I mean, they were very well protected. Usually you would need many keys or some kind of magic words. They always had some kind of special trick.
Wait, how many keys do you think?
I mean, some of them it was maybe 2, some of them it was 10. Depends on how complicated the house wanted to make it. It was a point of impression to make your safe
So let's show them some
truly
keys.
impenetrable.
Let's not show him
Yeah,
the
I
key.
do not
No.
show the mayor the keys. I don't want to
Too
bring
late.
Ona into this yet. I don't think we should let the mayor know about Ona's special basement.
But all of the information we have about the Mendicites
Oh, I
comes
did
from
not
the
know
vaults
that.
we found. It's all ancient writings, thousands of years old.
Well, are they used for evil in any way? What was the purpose of making them?
Everything implies that they were a source of great power. That if you could combine enough life forces in some way, you'd get
Voltron.
something like a god.
Voltron.
And is there
Well, John.
anything in the history that you know of where someone used one of these to do anything?
I mean, part of the legend is that one of them is what built the city.
Huh. Well, I mean, it sounds like a far-fetched way to get some power, but if that is indeed what he was doing, then he's surely very dangerous.
I would be surprised if he had one of the vaults. He's not shy about bragging about the power he has. So
I mean, we did not see a vault,
He's also,
but we
like, new
also
money,
didn't.
right?
We didn't go through his entire basement, so not that a basement is where a vault would be. I just am guessing.
I mean,
But he is like new money.
Bodhi,
It's new money.
he's not connected to the ancient houses, no.
New. So,
Barbary, though, I'm going to bring this with me and talk to the other mayors because House Barbary is either covering something up or perhaps they're being extorted. Maybe there's some reason that they're not saying something, or maybe this person's clothes ended up in that basement some other way that they can explain.
Well, I do have to warn you. I mean, we took things from his basement, and it will be pretty obvious that there was a fight down there. So he might be extra on the alert, or you might be in even more danger than you were before.
Do you think anyone recognized you? at
I
the
don't
party?
believe anyone recognized us, but I do think he will know someone was messing with his things, especially when he sees his notes are gone and his
Lenny?
two creatures are gone.
Lenny has the spell Scry.
I also do,
So-
but I need to rest like 5 days now.
So we could scry on the mayor to know if somebody.
We could attempt to scry on the mayor, which I think also brings up the next point, which we should probably get anti-scrying magic for the restaurant. That is
I-
probably super duper important. I have found as low powered as uncommon items that can block scrying. So that is something that we should probably do.
I mean, perhaps
very soon.
we could go to the octopus and see if he has any anti-scrying things.
Or we could also talk to Chala and
Yeah.
Orin. They might have magical stuff too.
I'm all
Or
for
Mayor
that.
Carradine, who understands the value of privacy. Do you have any experience with this?
Sorry, I accidentally closed. I'm not a practiced mage myself.
But do you know people that could provide magical items that might help protect the privacy of us here?
I mean, if you go to the market square, usually they're pretty good about communicating with one another, the merchants.
Okay,
So
cool.
if you're looking for something.
Yeah, can we say we send Fintham to the market to look for some scrying equipment?
Anti-scrying equipment.
Yeah,
Anti.
He had mentioned to me last time I talked to him that he wanted to do that.
Yeah, he's really been talking about it ever since we heard
Specifically.
we were scryed on.
Do you know what this item is called?
Oh,
What you're looking for?
I know it was an amulet, but
That's the amulet is what I noticed. That was a
but that's like personal.
yes. But then it just becomes an issue of like, okay, cool. Here's
Can't you hook it up to like a lightning rod and make its power
Well,
greater?
could we make Robert Rathian wear the amulet since he's always
That's
there?
a good idea too.
well, then we just never know what the rat thinks.
But do you really?
Okay.
Oh, are you talking
It's
about
not an
amulet
area.
proof against detection and location?
Mm,
Because that's gonna be very expensive.
no, it was
Unless it has another name.
I think is it.
I think it is proof against you were hidden from divination. Yeah. So amulet of proof against detection location is what I was thinking.
That is. Give me a percentage die, but it's also probably going to be too expensive for you.
Heard.
Well, we can always go to the arena and make some fast cash.
Or
Ooh, nice
it's really
work,
important that
Lenny.
we find it.
Jesus.
It's like we're meant to have it, really.
Bum, 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 da, da, da.
Good
Oh,
roll.
I wanted you to get closer to 1. You were way off.
Don't listen to Roos. He's had far too much honey tonight.
Yeah, what do you have? 2 doses of the honey?
2 doses.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think you can find it, but it's going to cost more than your house.
Really? Wow.
Yes.
Well, how much does it cost?
So we sell the house, get the amulet.
It's like
We sell the house for the anti-scrying.
Kill the people that bought the house.
Oh
Yeah,
my
sorry.
god.
Maybe we could rent out some rooms.
After we kill the people that bought it before.
Yes.
It's
After we-
22,000.
22,000 for at least what I understand to be an uncommon item.
Uncommon doesn't mean that it's not powerful.
That's true.
Like, it just has to do with how hard it is to find, and it's like a variable for value. But uncommon items range from like a couple hundred gold to a couple 100,000 gold.
Okay.
Well, I'd
Um,
say it might be worth it to go to the arena and fight for a bit once we get things settled to get money for anti-scrying devices, because
I think that is a valuable restaurant expenditure, albeit an expensive one.
I agree. It would
But
be
we're
a
gonna
very
affect the
valuable
whole
thing to have.
restaurant.
Yeah, so I guess my next question is the 22K the price for literally protecting one person or protecting the restaurant?
The amulet protects one person, doesn't it?
Oh dear. So, okay, so that's too much for everyone.
We're better off finding
While
somebody and
wearing this
hiring them.
amulet, you are hidden from divination magic. Like that, something like that casts a constant shield. That's extremely valuable. Like you could probably get some kind of enchantment that allows you to see invisibility, and that would allow you to see if someone's scrying.
Yeah, I mean, we've cast alarm on the building before.
Yeah, you can totally do that.
Maybe we just do that.
I don't think alarm can detect scrying eyes, though.
It cannot.
I mean, maybe we should just assume we're always being scryed on.
Yeah, just assume you're always being watched.
Can we get a rat wizard to work alongside Ratford?
Well, the problem, like, is there a way to make the house a sentient thing that could wear this?
Yeah, that's a good idea, too.
Hey there, you do not know of any magic that would do that.
It's worth asking.
There's not a Pee Wee Herman spell.
I was going to say, we'll have a Pee Wee Herman episode where your house and all the furniture in it comes to life. But it's not this episode.
Okay, cool. Well, I'll just say thank you very much. Here's my cards. We might come back. But that sounds good.
What hand did you use?
All right, well.
So the mayor is a little shaken up by what you showed him, but he's going to take the sigils and ask around to the other mayors and see if he can find any information about what's going on.
Can I ask the mayor if he knows of any sort of powerful potion makers himself, or someone that might be able to examine this cat lady's body or the mantisan's body?
I mean, you have met Granzy Shalakin, an old matronly turtle who works at Magical Mystery 4.
Why don't we go say hi to them?
Well, we have the potion book with the lantern people right now. So maybe if lantern people don't find anything interesting, we could take it to the potion person.
Sounds good.
Yeah, so I guess we keep Mantisan in the basement fridge.
You locked that fridge, right?
Absolutely.
Yep.
Lenny sealed
Definitely.
it with stone. We throw the cat lady body next to it, but not in with it, so that it stays intact.
You instruct the chef not to use this meat?
Yes, we do not want... Please do not cut up the mantisan or the lady tisan.
Oh, don't go in there. Don't go in there and look at the mantisan. Don't
Yes.
open the locked fucking fridge.
Well, I assume that all of the lasers have been applied to the rat cave at this point, so they probably can't get in there unless Roos wants them to.
All of the lasers?
No, the laser traps.
Did I miss that one?
Who says he does these?
Are
Yeah.
there lasers now?
There were laser traps.
Well,
Hold on. No, I don't
I
see
think-
any lasers. Nope.
I think there's
It
rat
was
security. I think there's rat
implied.
security. There's rat security. Maybe they have.
There's
those.
an infestation. I don't know that
Yeah,
they're
totally.
actually
There's rats
working
everywhere.
security.
Well, that's
Right,
well,
well-
Robert.
A little bit.
Roberts is working on training them.
Yeah.
He's
Yes,
only been with the team
we
for
instruct-
a day or two, so they're not there yet. But he's
We
working on
promise.
it.
I see a lot of
instruct
promise.
Robert
Most of
Bradford
them are
to not let them
behaving
in.
like rats, in that they are chewing on things and trying to find their way to the kitchen.
One man's rat is another man's.
It's another man's fucking rat.
Most of them are just regular, non-awoken,
One
Convinced
man's
rats.
rat is another man's
but
Yeah.
rats themselves are pretty smart for creatures.
But
So
Robert Brathian can
food and training
listen
can be
and take
effective.
orders, so we can instruct to him to keep them out, and Robert Brathian will not let them in.
When he's awakened, does he lose his ability to talk to rats, or can he do both?
He can do both.
Okay.
I was just going to add, non-detection is a third level spell that would do the secret talking room, you can't hear us magic, but it costs 25 gold per cast. So we could just have we need to have a meeting. This meeting needs to be scry-proof. We just have to spend 25 GP to do that.
I mean, I think that's a smart idea.
That might be a good thing that maybe Concatron had prepared, because he's the only one that could potentially cast it. But that's a thing that I think we should keep on our belts.
Yeah, we'll talk to him about that once Concatron wakes up.
So good news, Maya. We have a way to protect your privacy in the future. But this time we're kind of slow.